From the 1944 to 1956 What is Good Design exhibition, I have chosen to research and present Earl Tupper. Earl Tupper was a dreamer and a tinkerer who liked to improve the things he saw around him. Always devising better gadgets and gizmos, Tupper held equally strong opinions about how to improve the people around him. Born to a poor farming family in 1907 in Berlin, New Hampshire, USA, he aspired to be a millionaire and a famous inventor, and he achieved both goals. Tupper moved many times in his youth, growing up on farms in central Massachusetts. His mother, Lulu, took in laundry and boarders, while his father, Ernest, a good-natured tinkerer who lacked ambition, operated the family farm without much success. Young Earl was enterprising from an early age. At the age of 10, he started a business selling the family's produce door to door. When he was a teenager, he had little patience and much contempt for his father's lack of drive. Eventually, his parents set up a greenhouse in Shirley, Massachusetts, where they offered the biggest selection of geraniums in the area. Never much of a student, Tupper barely graduated from high school in 1925. After graduating, he worked for his parents and took on odd jobs. He also took a series of correspondence courses. While taking a course in advertising at Bryant University, he concluded that advertising was the wave of the future. He tried unsuccessfully to get his parents to be more aggressive about marketing. He tried to sell his inventions but had little luck. To support himself, he set up a tree surgery and landscaping business. He married Marie Whitcomb in 1931, and the first of their 5 children was born a few years later. During the Depression, however, Tupper's clients cut back and Tupper Tree doctors were forced into bankruptcy in 1936. Earl Tupper was lucky to get a job in one of the plastic factories in Leominster, Massachusetts. Leominster, once famous for its comb industry, had made the switch to plastic in the late 19th century, and there were many small plastic factories run by self-taught engineer inventors. It was a great place for Tupper. After 1 year working for the Viscaloid plant, which was the plastics manufacturing division for DuPont, Tupper bought a few used moulding machines and began making beads and plastic containers for cigarettes and soap. He called his company Tupper Plastics. After World War II, Tupper received a block of polyethylene from DuPont, which was hoping plastics manufacturers would invent peacetime uses for the new material the company had developed during the war. Tupper tinkered with his moulding machines for months. DuPont had added fillers to the polyethylene to firm it up, and it was difficult to mould. Tupper asked DuPont for some pure polyethylene pellets instead. They were skeptical, but after much trial and error, Tupper produced the first of his Tupperware bowls. Tupper started marketing his products as giveaways with cigarettes. Eventually, they made it into department stores. He even opened a showroom on Fifth Avenue in New York. His Tupperware Wonder Bowl, with its patented burping seal, won design prizes. He advertised widely, but he wasn't doing very well financially. The person who transformed Tupperware into a marketing empire was Brownie Wise, a single mother with no formal business training. She had started selling huge quantities of Tupperware at home parties, and when Earl Tupper noticed the sales figures in 1951, he invited her to visit Massachusetts. The result? He decided to sell Tupperware exclusively through the home parties and to make Wise his company vice president and head of all sales. While he continued to invent and produce Tupperware in Massachusetts, Wise became the boss at Tupperware Home Parties Inc. in Florida. For nearly 8 years, Tupper let Wise run her Tupperware home party operation without much interference. As the company grew, so did Wise's celebrity. The company had purposely put Wise up on a pedestal as a Wonder Woman salesperson. But when the press suggested Wise was responsible for Tupperware's success, and that she could be equally successful selling any product, Tupper couldn't stand it any longer. He had been approached by larger companies that wanted to buy Tupperware, and he was tempted to sell out. Tupper was also being told that the Internal Revenue Service would tax his children heavily if he died as sole owner of Tupperware. His accountants told him he could avoid this if he would form a board that controlled the company, but he refused. In 1958, Earl Tupper abruptly kicked Wise out of the company. He didn't give any reasons. Within a year, Tupper sold out to Justin Dart of Rexall Drug Company for $16 million and also divorced his wife. He bought himself an island in Central America and eventually moved to Costa Rica, giving up his US citizenship to avoid taxes. In the late 1970s, Dieter Rams was becoming increasingly concerned by the state of the world around him. Aware that he was a significant contributor to that world, he asked himself an important question. Is my design good design? As good design cannot be measured in a figurative way, he set about expressing the 10 most important principles for what he considered was good design. They were: good design is innovative, good design makes a product useful, good design is aesthetic, good design makes a product understandable, good design is unobtrusive, good design is honest, good design is long-lasting, good design is thorough, down to the last detail, good design is environmentally friendly, good design is as little design as possible. Earl's tupper inventions were innovative as they were new, different, completely left of field, and challenged average household equipment designs through the use of materials, as it was plastic rather than steel, clay, or wood, making it lightweight and colourful. They also came with the tupper seal, which made the item leak-proof and airtight when the lid was on. The tupper seal made products such as the juice mixer, bowls, and tumblers more useful than once thought, as it made them leak-proof and airtight, which stopped the food item from going off and improved shelf life dramatically. Designs such as the Forco spoons are aesthetically beautiful, as they solve so many problems and can be used day in, day out without fail. It eliminates the need for a spoon and fork to be swapped in and out of hands and carried away, as the two are combined as one. Designs like the flyby is about as honest as you can get in a design. It's literally just a fly swatter. You're not buying it for any other purpose or reason to be misguided. It simply is what it is. Tupper's designs have never really been fashionable, just useful and convenient for everyday life, which is why it's never gone away. It's been long-lasting and has grown over the last 60-odd years. Earl's designs were simple yet effective. He was looking to make products suitable to the kitchen that were different to what was already available, and he did so using a different material and added a seal to what needed to be leak-proof. He took things such as bowls and tongs and general cutlery and made them better by adding or slightly changing them. Through this assignment, I have learnt that good design ultimately is simplicity, and will apply this to my work in the future.